And welcome back. The day has finally arrived. It's 16th of December 2026, and you know what is the specialty on this particular day. It's a day where all the IPL teams will be bidding for their fine tuning of each and every single backups. Some teams have a lot of things to do on the auction table, and some teams definitely have go out there, sip a cup of coffee, and then come back with their unlimited purse. With all these things being said, let's start the video. And before that, let me welcome all the other three guests in this particular video. With all these things being said, uh, Gujarat Titans fan, no doubt about it. The first time in the debut season only, they won the title of Indian Premier League. Yashpa is representing the Gujarat Titans as well. I know he's a huge fan, but at the same point of time, we will be covering every single franchisee as well. Welcome Yashbhai, and also on the bottom of your screen, we also have Aditya. Again, another die-hard Sunrisers fan, but along with that, I do have Sagar. We all know Aditya and Sagar are the familiar faces right now in our SportsZenify. And Yashbhai is also making his very limited appearances, but I'm sure he has done his homework as well. The first team from the alphabetical order, Chennai Super Kings. I'll start straight up with you, Sagar. Let me know what some Chennai Super Kings have to do in this mini auction because they're coming out with FT purses in the mini auction.
For CSK, one thing is their top order is pretty much sorted. Till number five, they have very good batters, and I think that is credit to whatever the mid season whatever players that they got in. That is something that has benefited them a lot. So two areas which I am very keen that CSK would have their focus on. Number one is an all-rounder, both pace as well as spin all-rounder who could give them lower order batting along with some overs of bowling. We have seen Dubey is bowling now for Indian team as well, but CSK hasn't used this bowling so well. In case they still do not trust Dubey's bowling, then that is one area they are looking at. And secondly, I would say a spinning all-rounder. Obviously, their legend Jadeja has been traded to Rajasthan Royals, so that one place they look to fill. One of the most important area that they would be looking to focus on is is a spinner who can give them lower order batting. And that one name which I'm looking at is for Manindo Hasaranga. He could be a very good pick for them. So yes, this is my thing for CSK.
And I'm sure CSK does have a Sri Lankan connection, and they will also be going out hard at one in the Hasaranga. And if he comes in cheap, I'm sure it's going to be a very good buy for one in the Hasaranga, and especially for Chennai Super Kings as well. And some of the other names are also is that like they might also be looking for an half spinner who can actually clear the ball. One such name, what I'm getting at this point of time is. McNeil Narona is a Karnataka player, a middle order, represented for Mangaluru Dragons in the recently concluded Maharaja Trophy as well. He is a guy who we have to watch out for him because he can clear whatever the boundaries is. We could also say the Indian version of Kyron Pollard. Such a big guy, he can clear it as easily as possible, and he can also get you those crucial 2 overs whenever captain requires. Okay, and one other name, which interestingly, what I'm also looking is that another Jharkhand player, his name is Balakrishna, a medium pacer as well, and also who can actually clear the ball pretty easily. He can get in that variation, and another all rounder who can actually bat at any position from 4 to 7. He is also a person to actually watch out for in the mini auction. And next up, I'll go straight up for another team, Delhi Capitals. This time, up to you, Yashpai. What does Delhi Capitals have to do in this auction? Because they have another 21.8 crores in their purse.
I think, according to me, if you see, they need pacers, and they need to build up their pace department, and also have an eye for a pace bowling all rounder, because their spin department, I feel, is very much sorted. And I would also like to see an opener or middle order batter getting in there. So if they manage to get a decent pace attack in the auction, and then definitely one or two good buys in the top order, that would do good for DC. And considering the purse they have, I think they have enough to build a to fill the gaps they have currently in the squad.
Okay, and which are the players that you are going to looking after for these vacant positions for the Delhi Capitals?
I think from the top order point of view, I would like to see someone like Michael Bracewell coming in, or even rather, if you look at a pace bowling all rounder, Vian Mulder can also be an option. And in the pace department, they can also buy back the likes of Enric Nogje. And I would like to add a local pacer also, someone like Rajvardhan Hangargekar, who can also provide the finishing touches.
Exactly, and also keep an eye when we talk about the all-rounders and a pace bowling option for Delhi Capitals. Another J&K pacer, Akib Nabi, might
Team
also
Nabi.
be one of the picks for the Delhi Capitals in this particular mini auction. Okay, with all these things being said and done for the Capitals, let's go now straight up to the Lucknow to Hyderabad. I mean, from Lucknow, straight up to you, Aditya.
Like Lucknow is some other team. Like one day they can create some kind of a destruction, and other day they will just shackle themselves off. At one time, Markram as well as Mitchell Marsh will be doing it fantastically. At sometimes, if they tend to fail, so Nicholas Puran used to just switch the gears and all. But while coming to the bowling, bowling is a bit concern, even though they have some kind of a fast seamers in their bowling attack as well. But if they are ready to just clear those things, and someone who could really help Nicholas Puran and give up a small, like they no need to be have that kind of a destructive batting and all. They just need a anchor batter who can really support at depth. If these slots are being filled, Lucknow is other team which we can watch if everything goes well into the playoffs. So that's
Exactly. Lucknow is such kind of a team. They do have a solid number five positions. We do have Nicholas Puran, we do have Rishabh Pant, and the only thing is what I'm currently looking is a backup for a player like a David Miller who can actually fill in that particular shoes right now because he's already up for grabs for another set of franchises. And with all these things being said, they might also target some of the all-rounders who can actually get in that particular touch and also lower down the order a couple of spin options because they have let go Ravi Bishnoi at this point of time. And make no mistake, if you are buying and Ravi Bishnoi comes in cheap, they might also get him at a cheaper price. Or else they might be because they already have a classy leg spinner in the likes of Digvesh Rathi in their squad, and I'm sure if he continues to be there, and there is also another all-rounder who is actually creating wonders for them at this point of time. It's just that they need to fine tune the Lucknow team in this particular mini auction because they are coming out with 22.8 crores in this particular mini auction. Now, straight up, I'll come to you again, Aditya, to brief about Hyderabad because they're also coming out with a purse of 25.5 crores. Which are the options that you will be looking after and what exactly the Hyderabad team has to do at this point of time?
obviously Hyderabad team needs three slots, especially in the bowling department. They need an Indian pacer who can really support the other crew members in their team, and a batting all rounder, good finishing all rounder who can really support class and if it's really needed at their depth, and other a good leggy. Like they left all the spinners which they really have except one or two, so they need to buy someone who's been a good leggy and who can contribute with bat as well. So we do have many other options. They can go for Hasaranga if they really want to have that slot, and they can even try for Cameron Green. but Cameron Green will be a like a most burst player at this auction. So it might be a bit difficult in between KKR and Chennai. So they need to see for the backup options. In fast bowling department and all, we know how SRH used to treat the Jammu and Kashmir players. Like if you are going for Abdul Samad and Umran Malik, they are the one who got a chance from SRH. So Yaqub
Parvez
Nabi
Razul.
might be yeah, even Russell, yes. So obviously, there's a chance for Akib Nabi to set in this team and give some contribution, valuable contribution, which SRH2 really need at this point of time. While coming to the bowling leg spinners, Ravi Bishnoi would be their target. Rather than that, they might not be going here and there. They might be trying for some other new players who can be a good backup. For example, if you have watched the domestic league and all, Hemant Reddy, who has batted brilliantly, there might be picking up him. If NKR is struggling a bit and got any injury concerns, they can replace with Hemant Reddy. They do have that chance. So apart from these things, the team looks good, pretty solid.
Exactly. There is a little bit of headache for Sunrisers Hyderabad, especially in terms of like picking up the four overseas slots. They do have a set of three players. One is Henry Klassen, Travis Head, Pat Cummins, and another fourth overseas slot is the biggest concern right now for Team Hyderabad at this point of time. Let's see who they can actually go in. Even Matt Henry is also not a bad option for them because he's also doing a pretty good job, and actually we can get that Kiwi and Aussie combination right. And we don't forget Daniel Vittori is their head coach. And I'm sure they will definitely be looking after a player like Matt Henry and give that contribution to the Hyderabad team. And with all these things being said and done, they don't have too much of headache in terms of like all-rounders. They do have Kamindu Mendes, they do have Arshal Patel, and they do also have Harsh Dubey and whatnot. Abhishek
Smaran
Sharma can
Ravichandran
also.
as well.
Sorry?
Smaran
Smaran,
Ravichandran
yeah,
can also
Smaran is also a good number four batter, no doubt about it, and is in a
second level.
brilliant, brilliant touch at this point of time for Hyderabad at this point of time. So after all these, as we have done with the four teams, the next team, what I'm looking right now is Gujarat Titans. Yes, bhai, coming back to you for the Titans. What Titans have to do at this point of time?
I think the Titans will have a very relaxed auction because they have most bases covered. They need having released someone like Gerald Coetzee and Dasun Shanaka. They will have to look for a pace bowling all rounder and a pacer who can accompany the likes of Kagiso Rabada in the with the new ball and potentially a finisher in someone like maybe they could also trust David Miller back with the services. And if you see the pace bowling all round options, there are plenty. They should target the likes of there is even Jack Edwards. We have seen the way he's performing in the Big Bash. They also have an option in Nathan Ellis, who can Nathan Smith. I mean, the Nathan Smith is also a good option to have. And if you see proper base bowling all rounder who can also bowl with the new ball, someone like Corbin Bosch or even Oatmeal or Bartman, those are good really good options. And even if in the batting department, I would like to have one or two players in local players mostly could also work. And I would also like to touch upon the local paces. It will be very interesting to see whether Gujarat Titans go for Kamlesh Nagakoti or Shivam Mavi again. These two guys are also very lethal backups to
Exactly,
have.
no doubt about it. Because at this point of time, what I'm actually looking right now, if I'm looking at the overall squad of the Gujarat Titans, they don't have too much headache in terms of like fast bowling department because they do have Kagiso Rabada, they do have an all-rounder in the likes of Washington Sundar, they also do have Mohammad Siraj, Prasidh Krishna, and also they do have Ishan Sharma. Don't forget his contributions, what he has made in the last auction as well. He might be vintage, but the class is still there with him. And we have seen what Gujarat Titans can do because Ashish Nehra will be in the boundary lines, not with the computer. just with pen and paper. And that's the class what he can get. And surprising names, what I'm actually looking at this point of time for Gujarat is couple of names. One is definitely an all-rounder, and look for him. He's a left-arm Chinaman orthodox bowler, and I'm sure he is going to be doing wonders for him, because we know hardly we have seen what Noor Ahmed could have actually do it for Chennai Super Kings. We have seen Kuldeep Yadav for Delhi Capitals from ages. And one such name, what I'm getting right now, in the likes of Kerins Furetra, is another Chinaman bowler, and I'm sure he can actually smash the ball as well. He's such kind of an all-rounder, strike the ball at 120 to 130 strike rate, and get you those key variations whenever team requires. And if he joins the team, you have Washington Sundar with the right arm half spin bowling. And if he gets Fulentra at a cheaper buy, no doubt about it, it's going to be one of the biggest auctions, and Gujarat Titans will be unstoppable because their batting order is also looking so brilliantly and stacked up with a lots and lots of beautiful players in the likes of what? The captain, Shubman Gill. We do have Joss the Boss, and we do also have Kumar Kushagra, who can also bat and also keep the wickets. Don't forget the contributions of Glenn Phillips. He has been retained, even though he has been uh, brought back and due to some injuries. And when they have traded Sherfane Rutherford to the Mumbai Indians, and they do have a confidence in Glenn Phillips because he is a gun outfielder. And if he's back, and I'm sure Titans will be unstoppable in this particular IPL
Sudarshana.
20. Sorry?
The the side of
Sudarshana.
They do also have Sai Kishore. Don't forget Sai Kishore and Sai Sudarshan as well. Both the Sais can do wonders for the Titans. And when I'm talking about the Mumbai Indians, Sagar, I'll come to you. Take us through what Mumbai Indians have to do in this particular mini auction. A limited
I
budget, but I'm sure they don't have too much, but they will be a party spoilers for many, if not many, at least for few with the limited purse.
think Mumbai and RCB. RCB, I know we'll talk later, but these two are the teams I feel, you can play that trending background music, that couscous, like, when they're entering, very chill, very much, chill, just entering, they're just there, like the flipperachi music at the background. So that would be how their entry would be. And coming to the serious thing that is for Mumbai Indians, I think not much to cover. It would be more of, any handy backups. And always one thing that I'm always interested to see in auction is Mumbai Indians, because somehow they unearth some kind of a talent from some corner of our country, and they turn out to be such superstars who go on to represent India as well. Some of them might not have continued for a longer time, but still, the time that they pick, at least for those 2 3 years, they end up being one of the biggest match winners for Mumbai Indians. So that is something that I feel. I don't want to, put out any names as such for Mumbai Indians, because I feel they would be only looking at getting those very handy, Indian talents and Indian buys, because that is. And kudos to their scouting team, because that is how well they work behind the scenes, especially when the season is not there. So yeah, that is pretty much for Mumbai Indians, because they have all of their bases covered. And if you're coming into an auction with just about 2 crores, I don't think they have anything much to do, because that is the amount usually teams are left out after the auction.
Sagar bhai,
Exactly.
just one question
Yeah, yeah.
regarding Mumbai. Do you think they will buy back Vignesh Putur?
I think chances are definitely there, because that is one talent that they very much trusted, and because he was injured, that is why I think he did not get a long rope. Maybe that might be one of their ideas to buy him back. But since they've released Karan Sharma, so I think Puthur might be in their plans again as well.
Exactly. And don't forget, there are certain names in this particular list as well. They might be a party spoilers, I'm sure. Some of the names, what I can get at this point of time is Saransh Jain is one such kind of a player where they can actually rope in, because Syed Mustaq Ali is giving us a lots and lots of big players. That is exactly what Mumbai Indians have done, because they are the team which they unearth the talents from nowhere of the world and give a beast like Jasprit Bumrah, even Surya, what to say, Hardik Pandya. These are all such kind of names which are come out from the scouting team of Mumbai Indians. That's been the case. And one such name which I am actually looking for them is might be Hemant Reddy, going to them, because he's such kind of a player wherein if he, I'm sure he will be at a cheaper price if they buy him at Hemant Reddy. Also, and don't be surprised, there is another Punjab player, Sahil Arora. He might also be going in for the Mumbai Indians at any point of time, because we never know. Even they might also like look into other overall scheme of things like their backups and all the other things. They might not get an immediate chance, but I'm sure they will be be very active at whenever the
Just an outside thought before we conclude for Mumbai Indians. I would be very, very keen to see Prithvi Shaw playing for Mumbai Indians as a backup option, as a backup opener, because I feel now that, his redemption arc has slowly begun, and we have seen that in the Syed Mustaq Ali. He's been in great, great form, and I definitely feel that if he gets into a system like Mumbai Indians, which we've always seen players appreciating of, I think that would do big, big wonders for his career going forward.
exactly, as we are running out of time, we do have another four teams to cover. I'll quickly rope in for the Royals. Yes, bhai.
Uh, I think before the auction they have covered a lot of bases, like roping in the likes of Ravindra Jadeja, Sam Curran. Even they have brought in Donovan Ferreira. That's some firepower to add. And definitely in the spin department they would be looking for a backup for someone like Yuzvendra Chahal, and an Indian spinner who can form the duo alongside Chahal, since Ravichandran Ashwin has retired. So I
Chahal
think.
is still in Punjab.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yes, my bad. That I think the spinner they need Rajasthan, and even a backup for Dhruv Jurel, because see the big news was the trade to CSK that Sanju Samsung they made, so that opened up the slot for even a captaincy option. It would be interesting to see who they appoint. Currently, Yashasvi Jaiswal seems to be the front runner, but we don't have an official update yet. So I would like to see someone like a wicket keeper like Karthik Sharma, who can be added into that squad, and is a handy backup to Dhruv Jurel. And hopefully Dhruv Jurel gets that slot in the top order, which he deserved. And in the even in the pace department, I feel they need to do some shopping in the auction. So overall, the in the transfers they have added a lot of firepower and all-round ability, but they still have some thing to do in the spin department and even in the batting department, especially in the local player list.
I'm sure they might have done, because what we generally see from the Royals is that like Dravid has been roping out certain scouts and the talents. That's where we have got players like Yashasvi Jaiswal, Suryavanshi, Riyan Parag, and these are all the players who have actually set up the bench and the trademark for the Royals. And hope so they will be targeting certain domestic players to fill out their backups as well, because their team is almost sorted. Now, the biggest one of them all is the Knight Riders, Aditya.
They do have a lot of buzz. They do have a lot of options and all. So they know how to come back again. Why? Because Venkatesh Iyer, which costed them a hefty amount, now got released and they can get them back as well. Now the opening order, Rahmanullah Gurbaz. Gurbaz can bat pretty well and he's a proven in KKR as well. So they might be picking again him with a less amount this time. So you have Ajinkya Rahane who can play according to the conditions. In test, he plays like a test player, and in T20, he has shown what he can do and capable of in last season. So they just need some of other good fast bowling option is something which they are really lacking, and a good finisher. As Russell got out of this tournament, they need someone who can hit a big sixer. So here they can go for Cameron Green. That's where they're always almost they might be targeting. That's why in all the mock auctions, if you see Cameron Green is going up to that level in mock. So obviously, Cameron Green will be in their radar. Apart from that, their team looks quite good and impressive if they are going to play as a bunch of team, which they have shown in 2021 as well as in 2023 as well. So that's the only thing which they need to rectify it and come back stronger. They have purse, they have players. They just need to see the permutations and combinations and pick the good ones.
Don't forget Abhishek Nair back in as an head coach for KKR. And you all know what a mystery mind is. And I'm sure KKR have done their homework. And we don't have the confirmation yet, but there are certain rumors saying like Cameron, okay, we might not sure what might be the things and what might not be the things, but it's still under a rumor saying like he might play for the Knight Riders, but still let's wait and see till the confirmation we get in the auction. With all these things being said and done, we do have a couple of other teams. Yes, bhai, it's time for you to tell you Punjab Kings.
Yes, I was as earlier I told about that Yuzvendra Chahal. Actually, I had mixed about Rajasthan Royals, but they indeed need a backup for Yuzvendra Chahal, Punjab, and even though they have good depth in the pace attack with the likes of Xavier Bartlett in there, but they would still be eyeing an overseas pacer in, and most importantly the spin department with Yuzvendra Chahal, someone a leg spin option. There, I would like to see someone like Prashant Solanki coming in there. And in the overseas pacers department, they might also target the likes of overseas pacers, even Indian pacer, someone like Karthik Tyagi, he can also come in. And overseas overall in the batting department, if you see, they are very much sorted. And I think still they need top order, but Aaron Hardy, I guess they have released Aaron Hardy, so they would also like to add that pace bowling depth in their squad. So there are those few things Punjab need to cover.
Exactly. And don't forget, Josh English, the man who saved them, has also been released for whatsoever reasons. But when you talk about the pace bowling options, I do have a couple of names. Jacob Duffy is one such kind of a bowler who can actually give you such kind of an immediate overseas slot and also who can actually bowl you at a real good length. And Patirana is also in the mix for them. And yes, one last team. RCB Sagar. I can see the
Yes,
smile
I
on
mean,
your
just
face.
quickly.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Just quickly covering, I think obviously one backup is that I'm looking for Josh Hazelwood because currently he's injured and we still do not know if he'll be available for T20 World Cup. And even if he's available, we don't know how many matches he would play coming into the IPL as well. So one replacement that I'm looking up for him. Two names that I can quickly suggest. One is that of Josh Tongue because again a very similar bowler to Josh Hazelwood, who is very tall and hit the deck hard. And with the England connection in the management, I think Josh Tongue is someone that they can definitely target. Gus Atkinson is also another name. He can also again provide RCB with the lower order firepower. And then obviously leg spinner or spinners who could be backup to Suyash Sharma. One strong name that I'm particularly looking at is a local talent in the form of Yashraj Punja. He has been the second highest wicket taker in the Maharaja Trophy, and I'm pretty sure that he's someone RCB should definitely look up to as a backup for Suyash Sharma because I mean he's also got Manish Pandey with a googly as well, and that was a brilliant, brilliant delivery. So Yashraj Punja is someone I'm looking at. One more option, it is not something that is very important as of now, but RCB could potentially look at is that someone like a Michael Bracewell or George Linde, who could bowl some overs of spin, and they can also add into the firepower towards lower down the order, like basically filling in the place for Liam Livingston as RCB have released it. Apart from that, the team is pretty much set, and as everyone says that you bring them to the field now and they're still ready to play.
Yes, that's been a scenario for all the 10 teams right now. And with us, we are going to end this particular podcast with all of us. And don't forget to like, share, and also to subscribe to Sports Zenify.